Hello everybody and welcome to another Olympic Games by Getty Images in PyeongChang, South Korea. This team is really a global team from across the business. We have colleagues from 11 different nationalities and from 5 different functions: editorial, sales, marketing, strategic development and technology, all making this happen on the ground. That's actually about 5% of the entire Getty Images business is working in PyeongChang for these 16 days. So the most important thing at the PyeongChang Olympics, hand warmers. It's minus 25 out there, and the one thing that is more important than anything for our photographers is to keep warm. These things are keeping our guys in the game. Not only that, but they're using the latest technology in powered clothes. So we have photographers with battery-powered socks, boots and jackets. When you're working for 6 or 7 hours outside in temperatures of minus 25, it is absolutely crucial to keep warm. So these things, lifesavers.
We have a team here of 13 editors that all specialize in different sports, and because of all these different sports, we are able to capture all these pictures and send them out to the world very quickly. If you look here, I'm actually working on figure skating right now. The figure skating team event is going on, and we have gotten 3 photographers there in remotes, and myself and 2 other editors are working on these pictures as they come in.
So I'd like to introduce you to Yuki from our Tokyo office. Tokyo is a very, very important place in the Olympic landscape at the moment because we're going to be going there for a Summer Olympics in 2 years' time. It's also a really important office for Getty Images. So we have Yuki here focusing on the Japanese market and making sure that we are servicing that market in the right way. Yuki, could you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing?
So, what I've been doing is each day I check which Japanese players are playing, and I'm making sure that all the Japanese players are being covered for the Japanese market.
Fantastic.
We got here on January 10th in PyeongChang. We arrived to a very empty room in a big, very, very big tent, and we started building out the office. To build this office, we had to ship in about 14 pallets of equipment. It was about 2.5 tons, and we had to build things like the wall you see here, our data center, our conference room, set up all these monitors, all these TVs, the clocks, put up all the prints. So the other interesting part of working in Korea is we have to have 45 photographers who have never seen any of these venues before show up and be able to make the pictures that tell the story of the games. A lot of that includes doing lots of early work in looking at venues and looking at positions. It also includes a lot of gear. 45 photographers, each of them with about 3 cameras, equals about 150 cameras, and each one of them has 6 to 7 lenses, so that's 350 lenses. We're talking about over $500,000 worth of gear. We use these cameras, these lenses, in all different types of situations, whether it be a small camera we put in the net cam at the hockey to get that wide picture, or a really long telephoto lens at the Alpine to get the photos of the skiers coming off the jumper around a turn. All that has to be brought into country. Photographers have a lot of this on their own gear, but a lot of the longer lenses, they don't, so we need to provide them all with that.
My name is Carl Irwich. I'm the Senior Manager of Operations here at Getty Images. This is my 6th Olympic Games. Here at the Games, I'm in charge of all the technology that makes the whole Olympics happen for us. The way we set up the data center is we started planning out in June 2017 of what equipment that we needed to purchase, and then we started setting everything up in the New York office. We built all of our racks and put all the equipment in place, made sure that we had the right cables, the right types of connections, and staged everything before we packed it up in the late October for it to be shipped here to arrive in January when we started setting it all up. At the venues, the photographers are able to plug an Ethernet cable right into their camera, and that allows them to take a picture and transmit it directly back here to the MPC server room, right to the editors behind me, and then to our customers within under a minute. So here in PyeongChang has actually been one of our tougher conditions for our events in the last 10 years that I've been doing the events. We've had extreme cold weather and extreme wind as well. A lot of times the technician needs to take the cable out of the box, put them on their shoulder, and ski down to the position. Once they get to the position, they have to crimp the cable to put an Ethernet end on it, which you have to do that with your gloves off, which then gets very cold, so they try to limit the time that they do that. Also, when it's cold, unfortunately, Ethernet cable is not designed for the extreme colds, so that we had a few instances where the cable would break right when you start to get into position. So it's been definitely a difficult event for us to work.
My name is Kumi Shimamoto. I'm responsible for sales for Japan, Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. Yes, this is my first Olympics. So PyeongChang, well, we're going to have the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, and it's going to be the Olympics with the most sponsors ever. There's already 48 sponsors and partners, and so there's going to be a great opportunity for us from a commercials perspective. And so I have many sponsors for the Tokyo 2020 visiting PyeongChang. They were actually very interested in my journey from my hotel to the MPC. And so it's very different depending. And we had NTT, the telecommunication company. They were interested in our whole network system and all the fiber optics cables we have put in. So yeah, that's what I'm basically here doing, is meeting my potential customers for Tokyo 2020.